Got an update on the fall/winter garden. I've got some of my nasturtiums popping up. I do need to come out here and water this morning. A lot of my beets have come up. We have the Early Wonder and the Crosby reds. Those are coming up nicely. Let's see if I have any carrots yet. Not that I can see. So no carrots yet. We'll see. I may sprinkle some more seeds down there. That was an old pack, so because I should have seen something by now. Look at all the turnips. These came up nicely. Broccoli's doing well over here. My cucumbers have been under attack. Like, I'm just trying to get some. We've got a little bit of powdery mildew. I think these are the Space Masters. I have been coming out and hand picking caterpillars. You see we got a little bit of damage. They like to lay their eggs like right where the new bud growth is. Or if your plant is flowering, yep, see there's one right there. Come on, fella. Sorry, you can't stay. They'll lay their eggs right on the flower, especially if it's a female flower. They'll lay it right on the flower bud, and then it'll burrow into the small fruit before it even gets a chance to develop. Even if it's pollinated, then you'll have the worm inside of your small fruit. So lots of checking every leaf. Especially the new growth. Sometimes that webbing that you see is like their little cocoon that they build for themselves. So, okay, so far it's a little cool right now. We're in the 60s. Oopsie, look at that one hiding. See that? Organic pest management is daily checking. So just going to try to remove some of the powdery mildew. We'll just remove those leaves. I always have the hardest time with cucumbers. All right, broccoli rabe is doing well on this side. Note to self, next year, these bad boys need support because they get heavy. They have pretty thick, come on, focus, focus, focus. There we go. They get pretty thick stalks, and they lean over. I'll show you in my other bed, they're like toppling over. We've got some new zinnias popping up, some zinnias dying off. I am going to take all of these and harvest the heads. Marigolds doing well. Tomato plants doing well. Flowers, no tomatoes yet. Lots of flowers though, so we're heading in the right direction. Basil is hanging in there. It's not a fan of these cooler mornings and nights that we're having, but it's hanging in there. This is my midnight snack one. think we got a Sweet 100 over here. We've got some Brandywines. We've got some Cherokee Purples. That one's, I think, a Koalo, which is like a Hawaiian variety. So this garden over here is doing well. Now that it's getting cool, I'm gonna go ahead and pull my peanuts this weekend. I've got a random Cosmo popping up. So let's look at some of our other beds. All right, this was where I originally had put my onions. All of those were taken out. It was like 40 onions, y'all. But the tomatoes that I moved from over there, I just dug them up and transplanted them here, are doing well. I know this one's a San Marzano. I don't remember what that one is. It's either a Brandywine or a Cherokee Purple. I think it's the Brandywine. Then I have two random collards that I put over here. These seem to be hanging in there. So nothing's been eaten at these roots. They are starting to flower, which is good. I need to add some support to them. Then over here in the pepper bed, these beans need to come out this weekend. This is my Puerto Rican black bean. I've gotten like a full, probably 2 quarts worth this year. Last year didn't get any. I think I had like 1 seed pod that I saved to start this year's harvest. Peppers are struggling a little bit. I did harvest some of my Scotch bonnets already. We've got a few more. I've been trying to water them and keep them fertilized, but this bed is just having a hard time. We've got some Sugar Rush peach peppers back there. These are a good size. I'm just waiting for them to turn a little more orange, and then I'll go ahead and harvest those. I'm gonna water this bed this morning. It feels pretty. I can feel the dampness through the gloves, so it doesn't need that much. I've been pulling so many worms off this cucumber plant here, but I do have cucumbers. If you look there, I'll probably actually take this one. This is a good size. This is about the size that I like my pickling cucumbers. I don't like them to really get much bigger than this. I'll leave this one on a little longer. Oh no, this one's got something burrowed into it. Yeah. So you can kind of see there's a little, something was nibbling on it already. So in that case, we're gonna take both of these, because I can't keep up with the pest pressure on this plant. Even with coming out every morning and hand picking off so many worms. I said I was gonna spray BT, but I never did. Bell pepper plants are doing well. They are flowering. We've got some baby bells coming on. You see, look, there's one worm right there. I'm telling you, it is a daily struggle. And sometimes it's just not worth it. Like, I wanted a lot of cucumbers, but even in the fall, it's still so much maintenance to try to do this organically without dousing my plants in tons of pesticides. But the bell peppers are doing great over here. We've got some bell peppers coming on. I did have a borage in here somewhere. I want to say that's it, but it's gotten engulfed by the cucumber plant. But these peppers over here, they're still young, so they're struggling a little bit. I've lost 2 of them. That one died and that one died. I want to say that was my Purple Beauty and one was my Red Marconi. Unfortunately, those have died. This one's still hanging in there. That one's still hanging in there. So that's an update on this area. Then we have one more bed to go look at. Just had to stop and show y'all that my Roselle is finally blossoming and putting on her calyxes. This is a plant otherwise known as the, I think, Jamaican sorrel plant. I make a really good tea out of this. I also make a adult beverage drink out of this. I use them for both. But they'll start off as this beautiful hibiscus flower, and then they'll turn into this calyx, and this is what you harvest. I like for mine to get a little bit thicker than this before I actually harvest it. I don't have any that's ready to show you, but you could harvest it at this stage when it's nice and plump. But you want it to be after the flower has fallen off. All right. So let's just make sure that there's no spider web. There's been a spider web at this entrance every day, so I just want to make sure I wasn't going to walk through it. All right. Broccoli plants, loving these cooler temps. I've even got a baby broccoli head. First time successfully growing some broccoli. I am proud of myself. These red mustards look fabulous. They will be getting harvested probably tomorrow. We've got some Blue Magic, which is the Lacinato kale over here, and one over here doing well. And that's pretty much it for this bed. This is my Savoy cabbage. And then this broccoli rabe is massive. I did have some go to flower already. You got to be really quick with harvesting. I'm still going to take that whole head. Or maybe I'll just let it go to flower and keep the seeds. But this is what they look like. And I will be harvesting them at this size from now on. And you just keep harvesting. And you come back and you harvest some more. I did eat some last week. They were really good. We have more Savoy cabbage down here. But the broccoli rabe is falling forward. I tried to add a little support in there, if you can see, to keep it from laying right on top of my cabbages, because it's pushing everything forward. Then in this bed, I have another broccoli here. My thyme is definitely not liking these cooler weather, so I'm going to cut all of that back. We'll see if it grows back this spring. This is my early wonder cabbage, forming its nice head. I have another Savoy cabbage over here. Some nasturtiums popping up. These are my collards. And then I've got more collards over here. And then 2 more of the early wonder cabbages here. And then lots of green onions kind of scattered throughout. So that is pretty much it. Yes, the weeds have taken over this area. I've given up the battle. It is time to harvest my rosemary. Some of these stalks are getting too big. This I can cut back. This was the tarragon. I thought it was stevia, but it was definitely the tarragon. So I'm definitely going to be cutting all of that back. Most of these are weeds. I have not maintained this tower. Sage looks beautiful. We have some creeping thyme at the bottom. Then some parsley here. But I have more parsley and dill that I planted that I'll show you. And then here's my seed tray. So we still have tomatoes. I still have collards. Lots and lots of collards. And then here are some parsley and cilantro. And then my dill in the back. So these need to be put in their own individual trays. They are ready to get potted up. Here's some more early wonder cabbage. My new avocado doing well. Lots of new growth. I think that's it. Oh, I got one more thing to show you. All right, we are indoors for this last part, and this is some lettuce that I've started. This is my crimson black lettuce, my favorite. It tastes so good, and it does so well here in Florida. And then I just have a lettuce blend in this tray, which is doing great. And this is more of the crimson black. So these are ready to get up potted. It is cool enough, hopefully it will stay cool enough, for them to go outside. If we hit and sustain like the high 80s, I will probably lose them and they will bolt. Now I will be succession sowing, meaning every month I'm going to be growing more lettuce seeds so that I'll have a continual harvest from now up until probably March. And then after that we start getting too hot and then they start bolting. That is pretty much it, you guys. We've been having some crazy weather over the past few days. Prayers have went out for a lot of the family and friends that I have in Jamaica, a lot of the YouTubers that I follow that garden in Jamaica, with this Hurricane Melissa that really just did a number on the Caribbean. So prayers to all of them, that no lives were lost and that people can find their family. And yeah, that's pretty much my update for my garden so far. Hope you guys are growing something. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe so you can see how this garden progresses over the next few seasons. All right, bye guys.